I am Sheila. I'm a recovery alcoholic, and I'm grateful to be able to be here at almost 4 years of sobriety and to be able to share my story a little bit. I live in Phoenix, resident of 56 years, and I am just so grateful to share sobriety with the community around me and sponsors and also my family that I have been able to experience sobriety in such capacity. I am a mother of two beautiful daughters that genuinely and fervently are so excited that I've walked into the journey of sobriety. Super grateful that I followed a program that has allowed my sobriety to be successful, and just overwhelmed with joy and gratitude and sound mind right now. I was married 18 years to an opioid addict and never understood addiction. There were times where I didn't understand why he couldn't be free from the stronghold that he struggled with. And more than anything in my life, I wanted to be married. And so I stayed and I tried and I tried. And it was time for me to make sure that I was taking care of myself. In that very difficult decision to divorce, I did leave addiction that I was married to. Soon after, I was a single mom of two beautiful girls, and I came very close in contact with a person that I didn't like at all. Grew up with a life of rejection and objectification, if you will. My darkest times came from in my late 40s. I was considered a late bloomer, and I became alone with the person that I hated the most. That was myself. My girls went off to college and started drinking. I had a 4-year stint of very active functioning alcoholism. I would drink daily to take the pain away of who I hated the most. I didn't like being alone, but I was okay to be alone with the alcohol. And in my darkest moments, the combination of medical concerns, daily drinking, hiding it, lying to myself and lying to everyone else around me, hit my rock bottom. And it has been quite the journey to return from that. I look back on that very dark moment of when I conceded and I said it was time. And I was surrounded by family that cared deeply for me. I'm just so grateful again, as I can sit here and talk 4 years later, that I've had an encounter with what I needed to be set free and find some hope. And again, I look back on the darkest moments of my life, and now knowing the freedom that I walk in is something that I'm super grateful and indebted to my higher power for. My experience with my sobriety journey and recovery began on July 1st of 2020. Again, surrounded by family. They knew I needed help, and I was at the place where I wanted to get help myself. I came in, my sisters brought me in and sat in the lobby, and there was some moments of where, how is this going to work? How am I going to get to the root of my pain? I remember telling the intake staff, I don't like myself. I've never understood why I don't like myself. And I've got to get to the root of the pain, and I did exactly this. My journey with Calvary started that night. I went from detox in 2 days to the 30-day stay. I was super grateful that insurance allowed me to stay for 30 days. And the continuity of staff, therapists, doctors, allowed me to have this sense there's hope here. And this is where I can completely let myself go and be who I need to be to start this journey. My spiritual experience here with the staff allowed me to come face to face with the God of my understanding. And it was in those moments where I conceded and I started this sense of repentance and healing without alcohol, without that toxic chemical in my brain. I didn't know how it was going to work, but I knew I had to keep moving forward and I had to give this a try. the staff at Calvary at that point, the nurses, the friends that I made here, observing the staff and their genuine concern. I knew that I was going to continue from the 30-day over to PHP, and that was connected. I had one of the staff members who led PHP come over and introduce himself before, and I was like, wow, they've got this together. They know what they're doing. They really want to help their patients, and they wanted to help me. So I continued to PHP, and I stayed there for 5 weeks. My own choice. I wanted to be there, and I actually didn't want to leave. And then from there, I continued with an amazing therapist that I'm still in touch with. She guided us each day on the IOP was on the Zoom then because of COVID. So I stayed faithful to that. I had many spiritual awakenings during my PHP and IOP that began to help me learn to love myself. And that was one of the most important things that I was after, the healing and the understanding of why I was drinking all those days and years. It came right in front of my face that I didn't need to do that. And the ability to work with therapists ongoing, even after IOP, intense therapy. The connection from Calvary led me that way. After the intense therapy, I can tell you to this day, it's just amazing. I love myself. I like myself. And then the journey to know that I've had the opportunity now, oh my goodness, to be able to pursue school, to finish my undergrad. And now I am 6 months away from being a therapist myself. My down deep desire is to go help women as I've been helped and help them work through their trauma and help them find their identity. And I owe so much to Calvary Healing Center. I appreciate that I get to come back here every month and visit with patients, talk with them, remain connected with the staff and everyone around here. I just so enjoy coming back to campus and saying, hey, how you doing? And hey, here's where I'm at. And potentially the opportunity to work here would be such a blessing. But I'll finish with this, just saying how grateful I am that this is a safe place to come. There are warm faces and warm friends to be experienced and had. And if you're struggling with addiction, please reach out. Calvary's the place to be. And I think you'll find healing and hope.